Hello and welcome to All Things Knitty. This week's stitch is the Boulder Stitch. It is a 2-row repeat. The boulder itself is a little bit tricky, but once you've got a hang of it, it's really quite easy to remember. So you will need to chain with a hook that's a half size bigger, otherwise it will bunch up. But I did this with the Solid-Eye or Solid-A wool that I got from Amazon. And this is a little, this is a new crochet hook set that I got. I actually got this with my very first super thanks to Audrey. So I can't thank you enough for supporting the channel. So we're going to begin with a chain in multiples of 3. Once you have your length, you're going to add another 3. Okay, so I've just got 15 here plus 3 extra, for our foundation chain. So you're going to begin in the second chain with a single crochet, and this foundation row is just a full row of single crochet, and that's a US single crochet. So in the second chain from hook, so this is the first, we don't count that, into this one, we're going to work a single crochet. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over, pull through 2. That's a single crochet. You're going to single crochet all the way across to the end of this row, and I will get you once you've done that. Okay, so you have your foundation row of single crochet. So we're going to begin the boulder row. So to do that, chain 3, and this counts as a double crochet. And like with most of my, I like to make it even, so this counts as a double crochet, and your last stitch will be a double crochet, and then the boulder is worked over the groups of 3 stitches. So this is the first stitch, but the double crochet is made from the chain 3. So we're going to begin in the next chain with a US double crochet. Yarn over, insert into the chain, yarn over, pull a loop up, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, pull through 2. Into the same stitch, we're going to do, I just call it a 2-in-1 stitch. I don't know the right name for it. But to do it, yarn over, into the chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through just the first 2. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over again, into the same stitch, pull up another loop, you have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4. So that gives you 1 chain to work into, but we have 2 posts here. So it makes like a small V. That's where we're going to be working our next stitch into. So in between the 2 here, and then we're going to be working in between the double crochet and the 2-in-1. Yarn over. So this is still all the 1 stitch. In between those 2 posts, insert your hook right through to the back, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and work back the way. So we've worked in between here. We're going to work in between the first double crochet and the 2-in-1. Yarn over. So you still have 3 loops. Yarn over. Reach all the way back in between those first 2 stitches. Pull up another loop. You now have 5 stitches. You're going to yarn over, pull through just the first 2. You have 4 stitches on your hook. You're going to yarn over, go back into the base of the chain that we've worked the double crochet and the 2-in-1 into. Pull up another loop. Now 6 loops on the hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through just the first 2. Then you have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 5. And that's the first boulder created. So you can see it, that it makes this 3D kind of jagged rock type shape, should I say. So we're then going to, we've worked into this chain here, we're going to skip 2, so skip 1, 2, and into the third you're going to repeat. So you're going to start with a double crochet. You're going to complete that. That's a full double, just a normal double. We're going to do the 2 and 1. So yarn over, insert into the chain, pull up a loop. Keep your wool loose while you're working this. Yarn over, pull through 2. So that gives us 1 post. Then yarn over, back into the same stitch, pull up a loop. You have 4 loops. Yarn over, pull through all 4. Then working in between the posts of the 2 and 1 stitch, you're going to yarn over, insert right there, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops. Yarn over. You're working now in between the full double crochet that we worked and the 2 and 1. So we're going to reach all the way back to here. So yarn over, again, keep your wool loose. We're going to come in between those 2 stitches, pull up a loop. 5 loops. Yarn over, pull through 2. 4 loops. We're going to yarn over and go back into the original chain that we did the first double crochet into. Pull up a loop, pull it up tall so that your hook can sit straight. Yarn over, pull through just the first 2, then yarn over, pull through 5. Skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and I'll show you that one more time. Yarn over, make a full double crochet into that stitch. Work the 2 and 1, yarn over, pull through just 2, repeat, pull through 4, in between the first 2, the 2 posts of the 2 and 1, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops, yarn over, work back in between the first 2 stitches, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through just 2, 4 loops, yarn over, back into the base stitch, pull up another loop, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, pull through 5. Skip 2, boulder, skip 2, boulder, and then stop when you have 3 chains remaining, and I'll show you how we finish pattern row 1. Okay, so you've just got 3 chains remaining. You're going to skip 2, and in the very last stitch, you're going to work a double crochet. Just make sure you have your V and pull it up tall. So bring this loop high so that your hook is completely flat across the top of the boulder. Then pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. So for pattern row 2, there is only 2 rows. You're going to just chain 1. Now, in between the boulders you have these bars or a wee square. What you're going to do is into the square, into the top part, insert your hook and pull up a loop. Then straight into where my finger is, so under the square, put your hook through and pull up a loop. Once you have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3. You've got 2 chains of the boulder. You're going to single crochet into the top of the boulder. So 2 single crochets. Then in between the boulder again, you have your square. So straight into the top part, pull up a loop. Then under the square, pull up another loop, yarn over, pull through 3, 2 single crochet. You're going to repeat that all the way across. So then do that, loop, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3, 2, repeat. Stop when you've done 2 stitches on top of this boulder, and we've still got the last stitches to work. So stop here and I'll show you how to finish pattern row 2. Okay, so you've done the 2 single crochet on top of the boulder. We have a square again. What you're going to do is insert your hook, pull up a loop through the stitch or through the square, then immediately into this space under the chain. You're going to insert your hook, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3, and that's how you're going to finish the return row where you're doing your single crochets and this kind of I don't know, spiked stitch. You're going to chain 3 and turn your work and begin the boulder row again, and I'll show you a couple of times just so you've got it. So chain 3, this counts as a double crochet. Into the next stitch, work a double crochet, a 2-in-1 double crochet, in between the posts of the 2-in-1, yarn over. This is probably the hardest part of this pattern, is making sure that the 2-in-1 stitch, the posts completely separate. It is fiddly, but just make sure that you're going in between the 2 posts and not into the stitch. You're going into the gap here. So pull up a loop through the posts, yarn over in between the double crochet and the 2-in-1, pull up a loop. You have 5, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, insert into the chain, yarn over, pull through 2, then yarn over, pull through 5, skip 2 and repeat, skip 2, and in the 3rd double crochet, two in 1. Remember to keep this pattern loose. Yarn over, go in between the posts, pull up a loop, yarn over, come all the way back to the in between the first 2 stitches, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, go back into the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over through 5. Repeat that all the way across the row. Stop when you've done your last boulder and I'll just go over how to finish the row again. Okay, so this row ends the same. We're going to work 1 double crochet, but I like to work into the top of the chain rather than the last stitch, and it keeps the edge much straighter. So yarn over, go into the chain, but you're going to have to pull the loop really high, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 to end. Chain 1, turn your work, and you're going to work that stitch into the square, pull up a loop, under the square, pull up a loop, through 3, 2 single crochets, repeat, 2 single crochets, do that all the way across, and then when you get to the end, you'll go into the stitch, pull up a loop like so, then into the gap, the chain 3 space, and then pull through 3 like that. When you get to the length that you want, and this is still on because I'm actually making this into a scarf, I thought this will grace. It's perfect. It's actually quite a nice pattern even from the back, but you do get the 3D effect in the front of the pattern. So you'll finish on the single crochet, you'll finish with a single crochet row just to top it off, and because we're working into the chain rather than the stitch, it keeps the, look how straight the sides are, it's beautiful. So that was the Boulder Stitch. Again, I'd just like to thank Audrey Simpson, who sent me a super thanks, and like I say, I bought new crochet hooks because my old ones were starting to get a bit ratty. I really appreciate every single person's support who subscribed to the channel, likes my videos, shares them. Last week's video did really well, the Scottish Thistle Stitch, and I was over the moon. I didn't do this. This was just to try and help people crochet all in the one place without having to channel hop. So it really does mean so much to me. Every comment I get, I always reply, and that's just because it really does mean a lot to me. So I will see you next Sunday. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye now.